Okay, welcome everyone. This is our 6th class on the power of Shabbat. Is anybody the first time here? First time? Okay, great. So what we're going to talk about today is the power of the Sefer Torah, which in the reading of the Torah in general, but also on Shabbat, which is one of the most important connections of Shabbat, and we're going to reveal some amazing secrets about it today. So one of the concepts I wanted to talk about first is this picture that you see here. Okay? Many people, this is a diagram of what many of us go through in the spiritual work. Okay? For example, we all start here in the Malchut. Okay? What is the Malchut? This is the area of the mud. This is the area of where I go through struggle, I go through difficulty, I go through challenges. That's what this area is here, right here. This is the Malchut. And what happens is, as we do spiritual work, as we start to push ourselves, we climb. We climb, we climb, we climb. We go through different difficulties. Also, if you can turn off your cell phone. We climb through these levels until we reach the top of these 7 levels. Okay? Until we reach the top of the 7 levels. Now, we cannot go above these 7 levels. What happens is, at this point, these 3 energies come down into our life, and this is the miracle that each one of us experiences. This is the joy, this is the redemption. This is the point that everyone says Kabbalah is amazing, everything is amazing, the spiritual work is amazing, and then it comes down. Okay? All right. So, yeah. So, this is the energy, the amazing energy we all feel. But always we're climbing into higher levels of our soul. So the next level begins, this dimension here, which is the Keter, also becomes the Malchut all of a sudden. Which means all of a sudden we feel like we're starting from the beginning. We're feeling like we're starting from the bottom. It feels like I didn't learn anything. It feels like I didn't achieve anything. I'm the same old person. What's the point? That's the feeling right here. And that's the amazing thing, because you just saw the miracle, but you also feel like you just didn't achieve anything. It's like 2 feelings in one, and you can't explain it, but it's a great indication of being in the Malchut of the next world. And we all would love to just be here at the highest level of the prior spiritual work. But always we must know that as we grow, we'll have the process of transformation. Then we'll have the redemption and this amazing feeling. And then the emptiness. And the emptiness will feel like we did nothing. But that is the platform for the next level. And you grow and you push, you have redemption, and immediately we must know that we're about to enter the new challenge, the new emptiness. And what Michael Berg explains, which is so powerful, is that where does that light go? Why do I feel empty? It's that the light stays here in these 3 dimensions, and this represents our real soul. And it stays here, and then we climb and we tap into more energies. And then it stays there in our real soul, and then we climb higher. Does that make sense? Yes?
No, because you just finished saying that we can't go beyond.
It's not that we go into these dimensions, but these dimensions represent our true soul, our true nature. It's called our circular vessel. Okay? That's the vessel that we can fill with light. If you watch Michael Berg's 10 Luminous Emanations, it's a very amazing concept that we can't fill this vessel that you see here. You can never satisfy it. Every time you try to satisfy it, it never gets satisfied. Something always goes wrong. Every time I try to take something, somebody slaps my hand away, or I go through chaos. Or something, every time I start to be comfortable and I'm enjoying my life and everything seems great, something comes and ruins it right away. Because this vessel, I can never satisfy. These vessels are the vessels I try to connect to and then elevate. Connect to and then elevate. I can't exist in these levels, but I can draw from them the energy and then store them away and then go up higher. Does that make sense? You can always draw from these levels. You can't exist in these levels. That's a very important concept. Okay? And why do I share that with you? Because one of the things that is important along the spiritual journey is where is your mind and where is your desire at every second of the day? Where is your desire? If you think about it, most people don't have desire. They don't have desire. Like, think about the clothes you're wearing now. Did you buy those clothes with your desire?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Everyone is thinking yes, but they're afraid to say it because they know that's the wrong answer. How about this? If there was no marketing, there was no advertising, and there were no malls, would you be wearing those clothes?
No.
No. So why are you wearing those clothes? Because of your desire or because of the advertising? No, it's not the same. The advertising dressed you, not your desire. Because look, you were walking down the mall like this, and then you saw a shirt, like, oh, look at that billboard of this amazing looking guy or girl wearing this amazing looking dress or pants. Wow, I want that. I'm going to go buy it now. So what happened? You think it's a desire from you? This billboard went into you. This is what we call reactive. The billboard went into you. You feel like, oh, it injected in you a fake desire. And then we run our life based on this fake desire. And then we go home and we're like, oh, what just happened to me? Why did I buy this? Why is my life this way? Why am I with this woman? Why am I with this man? You understand? Like, love at first sight is a big illusion many times. You look at someone, oh, I all of a sudden am extremely attracted to you. So was it your desire? Or was it their beauty that implanted in you a fake desire? Does that make sense? Okay? And then you might think, well, then in that case, I've never used any of my desire whatsoever. And that's what we call reactive. What is my desire? How do you know you're using your desire? There's only one time you know you're using your desire. When is it? When there's no billboards, there's no glory, there's no compliments, there's no beauty, there's nothing, and you feel like you just want to go to bed and just close your eyes and forget about life. Now you can awaken your desire. You can awaken your amazing hunger for things that you don't even comprehend, that you don't even see. Because many times we only are excited when things get us excited. We're not just awakening it naturally. Can you imagine you sit in a dark room all day long? Would you be excited? Of course not. Could you awaken 4 levels of desire in a moment and want huge things? No, I'm not excited, I'm in a dark room. Well, but if I was walking on the beach and I got to look at the ocean, all of a sudden I want great things. I want great things for my life. I want great things for my kids, my ideas. You know, I have a student that she lives in one apartment. She wants to move into a bigger apartment. She can't really afford it. I said, why? Why do you want to move? She says, I can be more creative. I said, you can be more creative? Or the building can inject within you a fake creativity or fake desire. Do you understand? A truly creative person is a person who sits in a dark room and who can awaken his desires and his creativity and having no stimulus from the outside world. So this is what divides us from a reactive human being to an unbelievably spiritual human being. Is your desire. I can look at your faces now and I see you bursting with desire. Tremendous. This row here, it's like they can't even sit. They want to dive into the picture of the flames because they're so excited. Okay? So take 20 seconds, share the concept with the person next to you with passion and desire, please. This is a very powerful lesson. This is a very powerful lesson. It takes many years to achieve this ability of my desire. And I can only really have a desire when I'm not in these amazing realms. When I'm here, I can awaken a true desire to be here. And what's the catch? What's the paradox? That's what elevates me up here. When I have a real desire, a real awakening from me, that's how I climb. That's how amazing things happen. That's how amazing clients come. That's how amazing clarity comes. Amazing wisdom comes. Yeah, but my life is a mess. I don't want amazing desires right now. I just want to get out of my mess. That's what most people think. And that's also another reactive desire, isn't it? Where did that desire come from? When your finger is bleeding and all you want is for the finger to stop bleeding, where did that desire come from? I'll give you one guess. One guess. I'm actually giving you the answer as I'm... The bleeding finger. Did you have a desire for your bleeding to stop 10 minutes ago? The answer, yes or no? No, so it's not your desire. Where did it come from? From your bleeding finger. It's a reactive desire. So what does the Rav say when your finger is bleeding? What do? You say, I wish that pain and suffering would be removed from the world right now. As you're looking at your finger, you want to reduce your vessel to blood of your finger? Or do you want to now expand your vessel to removing pain and suffering from the world? Which includes what? Your finger. Right? When somebody hurts you, when your boyfriend hurts you, or when your girlfriend hurts you, you focus on the boyfriend? On the girlfriend? So you reduce your vessel to this little thing? That's when people's companies start falling apart. That's when people's families start falling apart. That's when everything starts falling apart. As opposed to, let go. I want to awaken a new desire that comes from me that's not being stimulated by anything from the outside world. I cannot be stimulated by the outside world. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be excited about life. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to do amazing things in life. But it's got to come from me. Not from you. Not from anybody else. Your boss tells you something that's absurd and just makes you so angry. If you react to it, and you don't like it, and you want justice, where did this desire for justice come from all of a sudden? Came from you?
From my boss.
From your boss. So now you're reactive, and nothing's going to work. It's got to come from you. It's got to come from you. And that's this amazing growth that happens. As long as it comes from us, we will grow. If it doesn't come from us, we're stuck in the mud and stuck in the illusion. Illusion. It's an illusion. And that brings us to the Torah. And it says, all that the Creator wanted to do, this is from the Apter Rebbe, all the Creator wanted to do was to satisfy the desire of the people in this world. And there was a specific way this was going to happen. Only when there was a desire aroused from below. So what needed to be aroused from below? A desire from below. And it says that when the people below desire the light, then the light desires to share with you. So when we desire the light, all of a sudden that wakes up the light to share, the light's desire to share with us. The light is not able to share with us until we awaken a desire for the light, for that energy, for that force that can fulfill everything. And by the way, if all I want is a little finger, then that's what I arouse in the upper worlds. And guess what happens to your finger when you ask it to stop bleeding? It stops. It stops bleeding. And you may be so happy with yourself. I asked it to stop bleeding and it stopped bleeding. Right? Sometimes you ask it to stop bleeding and it doesn't. So what do you need to do? Scream at it? You need to expand your desire. Not to be reactive to your finger, and then that might stop the bleeding. But it says about the Creator, and it says that the whole purpose of why everything was created was for the Torah. Everything was created just to reveal the Torah to the world. What does it mean, the Torah? You think it means this? You think it means parchment? You think it's the scrolls? Torah is something so big it doesn't even have a way of explaining. It's an energy. That's what the Torah is. It's a force of energy that happens to be channeled through parchment and through sequences of letters and stories. But when we say Torah, we're talking about the energy. And it said that why didn't any of the generations before Moses get the Torah? Because they didn't have a desire for it. They didn't have a desire for it. And there was one generation, that was the generation after they left Egypt, that said, we want it and we'll do anything for it. And they said it by, we will do and we will listen. That's what it said. We will do and we will listen. Meaning, I will do whatever it takes and I will listen to whatever you have to say. And it says, as a result of this desire from below, there was a desire from above. And that's what began the process of the revelation of spirituality and Kabbalah in our world. Okay? So that's how it's connected to the Torah. What we're going to learn now is something perhaps deep. So I want you to follow carefully, and we will go step by step to get a new appreciation for the reading of the Torah that we have on Saturday. Okay? Slide number 3, which is the first slide. Bina, Chokhmah, Zerampin, and Malchut. That's the way we normally associate the dimensions. All right? There's other terms that are assigned to these levels. Okay? Bina is also called Ima. Can you say Ima? Ima, it means like the mother. That's what it means, the female. Chokhmah is Abba. Can you say Abba? Abba. Zerampin, it just stays Zerampin, and that's our perfect self. Remember, the perfect version of ourselves? If you heard any of the lectures of Tu B'Av, they're all the same. That is that on Tu B'Av, the perfect version of ourself is available to tap into, and so it is on Shabbat as well. And then Malchut is our current self. It's who we are today, which is also still very important. Our purpose is to combine Malchut with Zerampin, which is the upper and lower worlds, our perfect self with our current self, and as a result, we've earned all the light of the Creator. Okay? So far, so good? Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide. Slide 4. Abba is Chokhmah, as you learned, but it's also considered to be the source of the light of wisdom. What does Chokhmah mean? Wisdom. Chokhmah means wisdom. So what comes from Chokhmah is a light of wisdom. Now you may have learned this before. What is the light of wisdom? What does the light of wisdom do? The light of wisdom is that light that we talk about all the time. It's the pure, raw, naked light that can either bring us miracles and blessings, or it can short-circuit us if we don't have a vessel for it. Okay? Does that make sense? That's the light of wisdom. Now, what is Yesod? Can you read it from the board? No, what is Yesod is what? The gateway, right? So every time you hear the word Yesod, it's the gateway. It's the gate that opens the energy. Okay? So, very simple, second grade English. What is Yesod of Abba? The gateway for the light of wisdom, right? So we don't want to just connect with Abba. We can't just connect with the light of wisdom. You have to connect to the Yesod of Abba. That is the code for the energy coming through the gateway. Does this make sense? Everyone with me? Very good. Let's go to slide 5. Light of wisdom versus a different kind of light called the light of mercy. What is the light of mercy? The light of mercy, don't get confused, is the energy that comes from us when we do spiritual work, when we are not reactive, when we have a real desire that comes from us. We start to awaken this light called light of mercy. Imagine in Yosemite, is it Yosemite? Or that has these, is it Yosemite that has these geysers? Is it Yosemite? Yes. There's another one. There's another park. Yellowstone. Yellowstone has these geysers. What do the geysers do? Where do the geysers come from? From above or below? From below. They shoot up. That's what light of mercy is. It's light that comes from us that shoots up to the upper world, and then it pulls down like holding light of wisdom. And these two lights together equal fulfillment. If I have light of wisdom without light of mercy, I will have no fulfillment. In fact, every time I have anxiety, every time I have stress, every time I feel out of control, it means I have too much light of wisdom and not enough light of mercy. That's what it means. It doesn't mean there's no light. There's no such thing as no light. There's light everywhere. Everything is light.
So what is light of mercy?
Light of mercy is the light that comes from me when I change, when I'm not reactive, when I'm proactive, when I awaken huge desires, which is a restriction all by itself to awaken my desires. To awaken within me a non-reactive desire that's not based on anybody else or anything else, this is light of mercy. And it automatically cups the light of wisdom and brings it down into my life.
You said if you have too much of the light of mercy.
No, too much of light of wisdom. You can never have too much light of mercy.
So what's the difference between the light of wisdom and mercy? I still don't understand the difference.
The light of wisdom comes from the Creator to us. The light of mercy comes from us to the Creator.
Thank you.
Make sense? Yes? Imagine this. Here's another scenario. Let's say there's somebody standing let's say somebody's on, let's say bunk beds. Okay, let's use this example. You're in the bottom bunk, they're on the top bunk. They're holding a bottle of water, and you're thirsty. And you say, I want some water. Would you just bow your head over like this and open your mouth and they're going to dump water from 5 feet up in the air? No, you're going to take a cup. You're going to lift the cup up like this. And then they're going to pour you a glass and then you bring the cup down. What is the cup? Light of mercy. What is the water? Light of wisdom. What's the only way you can hold that water? With a cup. You get it? And you take the cup and you take it up to this bunk bed above you and they pour the water and you bring it back down and you drink it and that's great. Okay? Another way of looking at it, light of wisdom. Light of mercy is the vessel. Okay? And so simple. It's so simple. Okay? They even put 3 arrows for you in case you didn't know where it would go after the second arrow. Yes, it's like a battery. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to the 6th slide. Did you need to copy the 3rd arrow? You good? Shall we go to the next? Getting deeper. I hope you're ready. I hope you have desire, because if you're falling asleep now, you're going to miss the whole class. Ready? Once again, what is this? Light of wisdom. This is what we call the Yesod of Abba. Okay, that's what it looks like. Yesod of Abba, slide 6, that's the energy. Now, what protects us from all this light short-circuiting us? There's a protection. For example, Yesod of Abba is also the man's sexual organ. Okay? Okay. I'm already thinking of the example before I'm going to tell you, and it's making me laugh. Can you imagine a man decides today, you know what? Clothing is overrated. And so I'm going to walk out on 48th Street, not wearing any pants, or any underwear for that matter, and his Yesod of Abba is all over the place. Okay? Is that a normal thing to see? What's the problem? Why is it a problem? Even you look at these National Geographic magazines. Even though they have no concept of clothing, they're always covering one part. It's this part. Why? Because it's energy. There's energy there. That's why it's not good. It's a short circuit. It's a short circuit to walk out like that. It's not just that it's bad manners. It's not just that it's improper. It's energy that's revealed that short circuits people when they see it. Okay? So what do? We cover it. We wear clothing. And simply by clothing our energy, we can reveal ourselves to the world. The Rav always made that joke. You don't just go naked to the world. It doesn't seem right. You put on clothes, and then you can reveal yourself. Okay? So what is the clothing of Yesod of Abba? Oops. It's Yesod of Ima. Okay? Yesod of Ima covers the top major portion, without going into too many details, and protects us from getting that energy directly.